weird if they went with him. You know,
Without getting too deep into personnel, I really appreciate what George just said because it summarizes a few things. Any other public? Well, sorry, we're moving on from my mayor's report. We got personnel committee, so I've got nothing for the city policy manual right this minute. We're going to move it to sewer and water and streets and alleys. Oh, sure.
About the police. So these policemen that are leaving, do they still have to pay us back for sending them to the academy?
So the ones that had just left they were not paid for the academy. They came with a certification. The two recent ones.
Oh, so we didn't send them to the academy?
No.
Okay.
No.
What happened to the dog?
Missed a lot of meetings.
It's not good.
Yeah, probably come ask me sometime.
Okay, maybe I don't want to know.
Steve for sewer and water, and then go ahead, you can move into streets and alleys.
Okay. Sewer, you guys know we got a problem up there. Them guys have done excellent job. That new machine has helped out quite a bit. They're still working out there tonight.
Steve, why don't you tell the community what is going on? I know we all know because we've been involved with it, but I don't know that the community knows what's going on.
How many people know it's
Any higher?
What failed?
what failed? Right now, I'm gonna go ahead, Michael, you speak on that part.
I can't.
Because you talked to them at the most recent part.
And it is a
We've been
big
trying to
deal.
keep
It's a big deal
updates
for our
on it, so we
community.
know.
So-
They just got a whole bunch of updates on
Update to the sewer and water. So Tuesday night, May 26th, we got the call about 3 p.m. One of the basements was backing up over on the Rangeview area. The guy said the toilet would fill up when he flushed it and then slowly go down. It'd fill up, slowly go down. So he paid a plumber to come out and snake that. We looked into the manhole and found out it was backing up. We found the plug down here at the intersection of 3rd and Mitchell, right in the middle of the intersection. So we started running the back truck from below the backup in order to dislodge that. The guys stayed out through the night and through the next day and then through the next night working on that lodge, that plug in the line. We then set up the bypass pump to go around that manhole with the 6-inch pump that we purchased for the city just a few years ago. That thing was really nice. Thank you guys for that. So that saved everybody's basements from getting flooded there. I put together a letter to request emergency funds from the council to start making a contract. I called 6 companies in an effort to get them down here as soon as possible. Evan from Northcon on our wastewater project said he would step in and help with that. He threw out a number right off the bat of 15 to 20K. Pace Construction said they could make it as the week began here. They threw out a number of 10K to 15K. So I immediately asked Pace to put us on the schedule and get us into that repair. After some red tape, we did get a state permit taken care of today. We had to have the traffic plan, the concrete spec sheets, and the blacktop spec sheets. We got approved to go ahead and start the digging this morning about 11 o'clock. Just now as I came into the meeting, Chad with Pace, he gave me a call. He said we made it to the pipe. We found the top of the pipe missing. It is an old cast iron pipe, approximately 18 feet deep. He said he has the parts. He can get it replaced tonight. He's going to get it bedded back in tonight, and we will be looking at flow fill tomorrow. Once he gets it flow filled back up to the top there, we have a storm line that actually failed over the top of it as well. Concrete storm line split from the other and just dropped down, so a lot more water is going down there washing all that out. He's going to flow fill up to the storm line, then we'll lay the storm line back in, then he'll flow fill back up into the rest of the hole there. That is a state spec for flow fill. So that's the plan. I did get the engineer involved. He is working on getting a blacktop company out here and hopefully have that all wrapped up by Friday.
Any questions?
Thank you, Malcolm.
Thank you, yeah, I think he was probably gonna talk about that when we
Yeah,
voted, but that's okay.
discussing our
Yeah.
committee meeting. Well, anyway, I was also gonna iterate, I do have pictures of the pipe that collapsed going across the storm line. It's 2/3 full. A lot of it is from the backup over there from 5th Street to 8th Street because we've never cleaned that ditch. It's never been touched. The school has begged us never to touch it because they like a manicured area. I can understand that,
Yeah.
but we gotta get rid of the water. We gotta get rid of the debris. We can't keep letting it back up and back up. That overweighted the pipe, and when I got down there before they even touched it, there was already a sway belly in there. I think that's from the line collapsing, but now that line is destroyed because there was so much weight in there, it dropped. And that's a concrete culvert that runs across that road, which now we're gonna have to fix. I'm suggesting later on, we're gonna have to invest in getting that cleaned out, cleaning that storm line from 5th Street up and all the way back around to 8th Street where we dump in over there by,
Center.
big, yeah, over in there. So I'm gonna make the recommendations later. Just think about it. We're gonna put it on it. We'll move forward with it later on. We'll come up with a better plan, but we gotta do something with that area over there. I don't wanna see someone's place flooded from sewer or from drainage. Either way, we need to move the water. I do know from 5th over to 3rd on the east side of Mitchell, that all has plastic culvert all the way through it. A hauler might put that in, so that won't be so bad to take care of. It's just the other stuff up above, but they're gonna have to clean and clean and clean to get that gravel out of there, because it's bad. The streets, you guys know they pretty much spent most of their time the last 2 weeks down there. So we ain't gonna talk about that. The alleys are the same thing. The garbage is getting picked up. We won't iterate on that because everybody's been down at the other end. They've been working very hard running 2 shifts and all that, so.
Okay.
And that's all I got for mine.
Thanks, Steve. Law enforcement, George?
As we discussed, we're in the state of flux. We've have a new chief, interim chief, and we are receiving resignations, and we also hired new staff who are happy to come work for our city. So I think that we're on our swing up, and that, like the mayor said, I see good things coming for our community in the future. Stick with us, we'll get through this.
So with you saying we hired people, did we hire more officers?
We did.
But so how many officers do we have total now?
We got 4 total, including me. And then if we get this one, it'll be 5.
And the one is coming back in the end of July, so he'll be ready to
So
get
6.
the FTO. No, that'll be the 5th one is already at the academy coming. He'll be coming back next month.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yep. Thanks, George. Parks and playgrounds, Jeremy?
As I've been talking about the last probably 2 years about the South Park project, we are having the grand opening on the 20th. We still have a few things to do over there, put in cornhole boards, finish installing the volleyball court in the net. The drinking fountain is on over there. It's being used by the kids. I've seen a few kids use it as I've been driving by. Also, we do have to bring over our new park equipment, like the tables and benches. I think they already have them all put together, I believe, in the shop. So those just need to be brought over. Michael did already get the blacktop recoded over there. I think a couple weeks before they originally told us that they'd have it done, so that was good. So the cornhole boards are hopefully going to get put in the next few days, I guess. I know that they're busy with the sewer project right now. Let me see here. I did order a couple pretty large banners. They should be here, I believe, on Friday to put up around town for the event. I also made 3 of these posters. I don't know if people can see them, but those ones I ordered those ones to be put up. I wanted to put them up on each of the bathrooms in each of the other 3 parks that do have bathrooms, kind of to advertise it. And let me see. So I did order T-shirts. I got door prizes ordered and also purchased some already. I've used my credit card to pay for all those, so I'm hoping to get reimbursed for them after I submit the bills for them. So whenever I was doing it, for the event, our sponsors, our Montana Dakota Utilities sponsored money and the use of their big events grill. 811 donated. Pepsi donated all the pop and water for the event. City of Hardin, we're doing a lot of work with that over there, and also Mayor Ramsey's going to pitch in a little bit of money for the event also. One Health is going to be one of the main sponsors of it. We got a monetary donation from them. Same with Bighorn County Library and the Yes Coalition. And S Ranch Meats were gracious, and they donated all the hamburger patties for the event. So it's going to be a great event. It's going to be on the 20th. There's going to be a lot of door prizes. Tell your friends and family, and I want to get the kids over there and just have a great start to the new park. So it's been in the making since, I believe, 2018. So. That's all I have.
Thanks, Chairman. Okay, finance, landfill, Clayton?
Nothing at this time.
All right, and then resolutions and ordinances, Chris?
We had a meeting before this about the marijuana ordinance. Council the committee approved to bring it before council here in a little bit.
Okay.
We'll discuss it again.
All right, and then economic development, George?
Tina's been working in the following areas. She's working with the planning committee to plan activities and funding for upcoming Little Bighorn Days. Continued collaboration with the program managers on multiple tourism grant projects. And she's pushing forward with Montana Business Attraction Team to help attract industry to our community and connect with property owners interested in marketing their properties. She has attended numerous meetings, including internal meetings and meetings with Cushing Tarot, Destination IQ, 60 Minutes with Main Street, High Plains. This is the firm that's currently working on the next steps for the Becker Hotel. Big Sky Passenger Rail Authority board meetings, Tourism Grant Steering Committee, interim, and an executive director for Beartooth, Myrna Lastowski, to discuss the needs of the city.
All right, thanks, George. No communications or petitions right now. No unfinished business, we'll move into new business. So the emergency funds, we need to give an official approval for the sewer main that Michael discussed already.
Make a motion.
What was the final bill for that?
We don't have a final bill, so we.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Yeah, so I guess I can explain to the public too, just kind of how this transacted. This is an emergency that affects public health and wellness, sewer not draining. We went ahead and did emails that we need to approve this, so let me know whether you approve or not. So it was approved, which is not noticed to the public, but that gets waived when something like that happens. So now we're just formally saying yes, we approve it. So Michael said 10 to 15,000. If it's a little over that, we actually approved it up a little higher than that. So, yeah. But Michael's working to keep the bill low.
Really diligent on,
Yeah,
on
he's-
keeping it
The
tight.
nice thing about the guys that actually responded the quickest were a little lower. So
Yeah.
we were in a problem, and we were treated fairly well.
Yeah.
So
And
So
it's
it's like,
been
the approval was for up to 60,000?
yes, yep. And it's,
So I don't think it'll be that much.
you want to speak to that, Michael? or-
Yeah.
The 60,000 was a number I come up with. I generally kind of underestimate everything, so I tripled my initial thought.
Good idea.
Later on, once I got the numbers, I had already had the letter out to everybody for the 60 requests.
So
Yeah.
I think we ought to go with this judgment on, because he's really good about
But-
keeping it maintained.
And we have to put flowable fill on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very
That's gonna
expensive.
cost
I know
money.
that with mine that I do in town, for MDU, it's very
It's
expensive.
very expensive, and that's a big, big hole over there.
Have you gotten estimates back from Kroll on?
I apologize, I do not have those with me.
I know it's developing. I know we just were working on that. I just was hoping you had, but
I had a ballpark, but I can't remember what I wrote down in the office there.
that could be a big bill. It, just like Jeremy said, because it's an expensive item and we have no option. It's a state requirement for that road and we don't have an option, but
Yeah.
it's
Anytime you dig
unfortunate.
in a state highway, they require you to put flowable. fill.
And
Yeah.
we've dealt with that before when we've disturbed the highway, but it's just a very unfortunate problem that our sewer line failed at that point. But it's an unexpected that, Michael would have never been able to foresee that, even in his estimate, that was
Yeah.
gonna be required and
30 feet down farther, we wouldn't have to get flowable fill.
Well, I
Okay.
will say for a small section that whenever MDU does come to town and they dig up in the street, our small section, sometimes my bill is up to $1,500 just for the small patch that we're doing, so.
And they're small.
And they're 6 by 8
Yeah.
by 3 feet, 3 feet.
We're looking at a lot bigger.
a lot bigger.
Okay, so it's been moved and seconded to approve this usage of the emergency funds for the sewer main breakage. Any further discussion?
One question on my mind is, do we not have a provision where we can just bypass talking to all council members with an emergency situation where we don't have to, what if
I think it's
everybody was
good to make
gone?
everybody aware of it.
Well, I know, but
I suppose Jordan could speak to that. I suppose I could have said, well, it's an emergency, we're doing it.
I think we have a $10,000 resolution that allows you and the Public Works Director to stack each 5,000 for an emergency.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's what you're referencing.
yeah, kind of.
But as far as approval, he thought it was gonna be, I think I had heard $100,000 at one point in one of those emails. We didn't know how much it was gonna cost. With that much money, looking at the statutes for public notice, because it was for
Yeah.
public welfare and health, you can skip public notice, but I still think you had to have a meeting.
Meeting.
Didn't have to be a public meeting for an emergency. So the way you did it, I think was appropriate.
I just
Okay.
thought-
Just so the public knows, we can't have ongoing any conversations on email or phone call with like a quorum. Can't do any of that. But in this situation, I purposely said, we could have a Zoom meeting or whatever, but can we just do an email? Make it simple, make it quick so that they can get on. Michael knows that there's, the understanding, let's move forward with it. So just want to make sure everybody's in the loop. So, okay, so it's any other further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. All right, Landa, 4th of July celebration. Come on up.
Hi guys. So I'm Landa Lehman. I'm here because I'm planning our 8th annual 4th of July celebration, and I'd like some assistance from the city. Just kind of the same as in the past, the dumpster, street closures, porta potties, some candles for our scoreboards, and the street swept the morning after the tournament.
So same as every other year?
Basically, yeah.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, been moved and seconded to approve the request from Landa for the 4th of July celebration. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Looking forward to it. Should be fun. River Valley Farmers Market request.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Nice to meet you.
You too.
My name, Cherie Suchadolsky.
Say
And it's
that
nice to
again?
meet Cherie Suchadolsky, kind of like Wadadal Suchadolsky.
There you go.
I'm the new manager of the River Valley Farmers Market, and I am very honored to have the position. So we're presenting the request for River Valley Farmers Market. Everything is pretty much the same as it's been before. I'm kind of a newbie, so I'm like also learning everything that goes on. The only difference is we've increased it from 6 weeks to 8. So it will be our request all of Thursdays in August and all of Thursdays in September. The last 2 weeks are the ones that we would be adding in. It used to be all of August and then the first 2 weeks in September. But with our growing numbers, we decided we could go ahead and try again within 8 weeks instead. Everything else is the same. The request for the porta potties, for the hand washing stations, and the blocking up the streets. I believe there's signage and that sort of thing that you would be providing. And I'm not quite sure where I should go from here. You probably have a copy of what's going on and what we've requested. It's pretty much standard besides the additional 2 weeks.
I'll make a motion to do what we've done in the past and also the additional 2 weeks.
Second. I guess Steve seconded that. It's been moved and seconded to approve the farmer's market request. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Thanks, it's approved. Thank
very
you,
much.
appreciate
Well,
it.
it's very nice to meet you all.
You too, thank you. Okay, so transfer from, sorry, trying to be goofy. So we're gonna, next on the agenda is for transferring the F-250 from the police department to Public Works. So something I understand that council's discussed in the past and it didn't happen. I don't know if you want to say anything about that, interim chief, or?
I just think Public Works would get more use out of it. It sits back there. We haven't put it to use in a while, so I would rather use that money for our budgeting and then have Public Works get some use out of it, so that's all I got on it.
Okay.
I do have a question. What did we spend on it initially? That's the same dollar amount, isn't it?
No.
No, we purchased it for 30,000.
Would we need to purchase it from them? Is that the cleanest way to do it, Jordan, or can they just transfer that?
That's a Drew question.
That's a Drew.
Would we have to purchase, would Public Works have to purchase it from the police department, or can we just transfer it without no?
Basically the same thing, right?
Do the budgeting.
Yeah, I think you're talking the same thing. It still has to be a budget number, an expense that comes out of Public Works Department, and money is transferred to the Public Safety Fund. These aren't in the same fund. Since they're different funds, money has to be transacted in one manner or another. Michael, would you even like the truck?
Yes. Is that gonna be your truck?
That way you can get home fast.
So what we're saying, Jeremy, is basically the same thing. Yeah, that's how.
Just an account.
I'll make the motion to allow the transaction, or whatever you want to call it. Second.
Okay, we moved and seconded to transfer that F-250 from PD to Public Works, the amount of $20,000. Any further discussion?
No,
Those in favor?
one thing to say, I would like to see that truck go to Mike though.
He doesn't want it, he just.
I do though, like I would.
You want to make him leave his pickup?
Work truck.
He's got a nice.
All right, Mike.
He's trying to be nice.
Yeah.
You want to make him ditch his truck.
Yeah. I think his truck would be more comfortable.
Yeah, I think Michael's got it on the brain how to utilize that really well for his department. So, all right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries.
Thank you, Council.
Thanks you guys for visiting about that and getting it figured out. So I appreciate it. So the marijuana ordinance. Question for Jordan, I guess. Would it be something that I know because we don't have an official ordinance that you drafted, could it be something where it's motioned to basically draft it with the intent, not approving it officially tonight, but so that we kind of have, we kind of halfway make it, we can't make the decision yet on the exact ordinance, but could they make a motion
To create an
ordinance to move forward with opening up the third location?
Well, that's,
No.
Can't do that. That would be unlawful to basically.
Yeah, we don't have
show
the
intent.
actual draft of the ordinance, so what I'm asking is just council to vote to draft the ordinance.
with the amendment.
Give me the instructions of what you want me to change, and I will change it, but you can't say with the intent to approve or anything like that.
Okay.
Or with the intent to do this or that, just
Yeah, it still comes
tell me,
to the vote.
So,
draft the ordinance
like,
to allow.
I make a motion for Jordan to draft an ordinance with the amendments of adding a third.
Okay, and there was other proposals, and I'm
But I mean, it'd be something like that, as an example.
Yeah, I
this-
mean, it was a little bit of a change on, what was the other part for,
so this
the
is,
commercial thing.
and this is why we can't draft, this is why we can't approve it, is because there's enough changes in there that may be changed again. Is the request was to change from 2 to 3 within the 1 mile radius, change which areas, which zoning areas it was allowed to add commercial to that, and the change in the hours. So those are the 3 changes.
An hour's got reduced though, correct?
I think the hours that he was proposing was to match with the state.
Was that just a state update?
Yeah, and I was also gonna say, you guys should propose, if Jordan could look into it, if that 3% is possible, I think it should be an amendment in there as well.
It's not. I looked it up while we were sitting here. It's only the county that gets to tax that. It's an opt-in county excise tax that we get the benefit of. Cities are not actually allowed to do that.
Hey, Jordan.
Thank you.
So could I make a motion to keep the number at 2? Would that be a
So at
necessary
this point,
motion?
he has a motion pending.
Oh, is that a motion?
I mean, I interrupted him.
I'll resend my motion because that was just an example.
Okay.
That would be that's a decent motion, because we're not changing anything at that point, if that's your motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to keep the number of dispensaries, or the ordinance the same, and keep it at two dispensaries.
Basically status quo, is what you're
Yes.
saying.
So no
Make no
changes.
changes and keep it at 2.
Make no changes, okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's good.
With all these underlined changes?
No, he's saying nothing.
No changes.
That's
He's
no
just saying,
changes.
so at this time, he's just saying no, yeah.
The underline and strike through is actually, that's an old ordinance. That's not how the ordinance reads today. That was from several years ago when we made a bunch of changes. So the underline is insertions we've already done, and strike through is deletions we've already done. Mr. Meeks just used that as an example, and his proposed changes are in red. So ignore the strike throughs and underlines. That's not quite how the ordinance reads today. But his red line is what he's after.
So it's been moved and seconded to leave it status quo, keep it at 2. Any further discussion?
Can I make one public comment before we vote?
Sure.
My one public comment before you guys vote on this is, the next things on the agenda is you guys are going to approve to block off the city streets to allow alcohol to be sold in downtown Hardin with all the kids and all the community running around the street of Hardin. I'm here asking you to allow a professional, heavy regulated business to open up in a commercially zoned area that will be completely filmed, recorded, every transaction recorded. It's the most heavy regulated business in the state. I'm just asking that with the possibility of bringing in at least a little bit more tax revenue. I think it's a great opportunity for the city. I think for the city to miss this opportunity and then fill the streets up with alcohol. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any further discussion on that? Okay, so those in favor of the motion to keep it the same, the move and second, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Okay, so I guess we have, is it 2?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so the motion carries to keep it the same.
Mayor, can we get
Sorry.
an individual vote?
Yeah, let's do an individual vote, so, for the motion and second. So, Steve, how do you vote?
Aye. Keep it the
Clayton,
same.
how do you vote?
Nay.
Nay?
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
And Jeremy?
Aye.
Okay, so we have 4-2. Okay, motion carries to keep it the same. Next up, Chamber of Comments. Chamber of Commerce, beer, wine, permit, extended hours, fee waiver for Little Bighorn Days.
Hi, so I'm Rhonda with the Chamber.
You want to pull your mic down?
Oh, yeah.
I'm Rhonda with the Chamber, and we're just asking to do like we have in the past with the Little Bighorn Days to waive our fees. And then Landa also asked us to do the 4th of July.
There you go, you got it.
Don't be scared of it.
For the alcohol and beer and wine permit for Bighorn Days and 4th of July.
Drunk downtown.
Any other discussion on that or questions?
Do we need to approve these separate?
Yeah.
2 different events, probably.
I'll make a motion to approve the beer and wine permit for Little Bighorn Days.
I'll second it.
Is it just the permit part?
Steve got that? Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the Chamber of Commerce, the permit for specifically Little Bighorn Days. Any other discussion on that? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. And then also Chamber of Commerce for the 4th of July.
Approve.
Oh, I'm sorry, but, what's that?
I'll make a motion that we approve their license for the 4th of July.
I make a motion to approve the beer and wine permit for the 4th of July.
He just made the motion.
That's what I'm saying. Are you
What's that?
approving the permit or the
I'm
waiver
sorry.
or the extended hours?
The entire thing on there, unless you guys have questions about it.
I do. Well then, we voted on that. I want to be.
You want to
vote?
There hasn't been a vote. Yes.
Yeah, because I was unaware. I thought we were doing this separate.
Should be.
It should be.
Yes.
Separate.
Chamber
Chamber of Commerce.
License for Little Bighorn Days.
We just approved the Little Bighorn Days one. Now we're
You're
moving
not, you
to.
just don't want to approve the extended hours or?
Yeah, I thought you were doing beer and wine permit, extended hours.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, separate line items.
Gotcha. That's why I want to revote.
I think that is appropriate, and this is what I would request, when somebody makes a motion, whoever the movement is, to specifically say, I move the city, approve the permit, approve the hours, and carry on. And I think this is one example. It doesn't happen very often. Instead of saying, so moved, or something like that. I think it's good practice for any council member to say, I move that, and then give the exact thing that you're moving, because what you could say is, I move to approve the beer, but that we don't extend the hours, right? So that's within your option.
True, if you want,
We
yeah.
need to do that over again.
I would recommend it because it's not going to be very clear in the minutes of what the motion was, so I think that would be a.
So for the record, let's move back to the previous line item for just Little Bighorn Days, line item for the entire.
I'll make a motion to approve the beer and wine permit for the Little Bighorn Days, the extended hours, and to waive the fee.
I'll second it.
Okay. Does that suffice? All right, it's been moved and seconded to improve that line item for the beer and wine permit, extended hours, and fee waiver for Little Bighorn Days 2026, as submitted by Chamber of Commerce. Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Okay. All right, so motion carries on that, and we'll move into the 4th of July. Same request, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'll make the motion to accept that with the beer, wine, extended hours, waive the fee.
There's not no extended.
Yeah, since it's.
What was
Look at the second line item.
It's on the line item.
It's on the, right
I
on
know
the,
the 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. What was it before?
Clayton, that was for marijuana, the change in the time or something. That's old news.
No, Chamber of
I'm
Commerce
reading the
beer and wine
line
permit,
item.
extended hours.
Extended hours.
Where am I? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not looking at the.
Where are you?
Sorry, guys.
Where are you?
You're right. Sorry, Clayton.
For the 4th of July.
I think I need a nap.
For the 4th of July, I want to make the motion for the beer, wine permit, extended hours to be waived
My question is what was the hours before when this goes
I-
until 6 p.m.?
I understand Clayton's question now.
Yeah.
Was there a previous time that was earlier or something or later?
I didn't know
The
that.
4th of July starts at 11 and it usually goes to like 4:30, depending how long the tournament
Oh,
is.
so now we're just going 4
Just
to
go
6.
longer.
Okay.
Or 10 a.m. to 6, yeah.
4 to 6.
Yeah.
Clayton, I'm sorry.
Booze, okay.
I was looking at the sheets and yes.
So what time do you want to shut down the beer sales?
5 o'clock. There you go.
6.
11 to 5, 11
Okay.
a.m. to 5 p.m.
Sounds good.
So do you need to amend your motion and all, or?
So, let me just jump in, I'm sorry.
Go for it, Jordan.
Okay.
We're going off the rail.
Certainly, the motion can be rescinded, nobody seconded it yet, I don't think, right? Just to be clear, the application says 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I don't care what the motion says, but word it carefully. If you want 11 to 5, so be it. If you want 10 to 6, please let us know exactly
I
what you
think
would
10
like.
would be them setting up, so it wouldn't necessarily be the beer sales until 11. So I don't know if you need a permit just to have it on the street to set up, or if the permit's just to sell at that time.
So what I would recommend is the motion be from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Leave it as is.
Yeah.
As
Because then we don't have to guess
And then you
whether
guys
that's
can
beer
pick
sales or just
11
hours of
to 5.
operation.
I like it.
So,
So he
So,
made a
Steve, can you
motion.
clarify that motion?
My motion is, as it read, on the 4th of July, the beer and wine permit and the extended hours from 10 to 6 to be waived.
To be allowed.
No, that time to be allowed, but the fee waived.
Okay, the fee would be waived, my bad. I'm getting confused.
Sorry.
To waive the fee for the 4th of July on the 8th of.
On the 4th of July.
Okay.
I think we're all needing a nap here. We're not gonna move. All right.
Did you get it?
On the 4th, yeah. Do we have a second on that?
Get that?
Do we have a second on that? Okay, it's been moved and seconded to allow Chamber of Commerce beer and wine permit with the extended hours of 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., waiver of the fee, and for the 8th annual 4th of July. That's what I see
That's
where
where
Steve
I
was
get
going. Okay. Any further discussion? Please no. I'm just kidding. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you. Okay. Next up, Mr. David Blaine and the Hymet Park request. Come on up, sir.
Good evening, Mayor, councilmen, women. My name is David R. Blaine. I think you guys got a letter, hopefully. Mike, I might have it in front of you. I brought my wrong folder, so I don't got it in front of me, but I'm just going to elaborate what I'm requesting tonight. As some of you might know, some of the crowd might know, I and an organization called Yes Coalition, we host movies in the park. I've been holding it at Hymet Park for the Hymet.
Hymet, yeah.
I always get it wrong. But we've been hosting it there for the past 2 summers. I think we had about 5 of them so far. A couple rained out, but we still fed the kids that showed up and families. Normally we show up there about 7, feed at 7, set up. As soon as you can see the movie on the screen, we turn it on. As soon as it's over, we shoo them out. But I always make sure I make rounds. I make sure the kids ain't roughhousing is bad. There's 0 tolerance. I don't have no alcohol. You smell like booze, I'll kick you out of the park. I mean, I'm pretty blunt about how I run my events, and it's not only here that I host them. I've done them in Lochgrass. I've done them in Waiwola. Obviously Hardin, Pryor. This year I'm going to Busby, Muddy Cluster, Lame Deer. There's pretty much schools have reached out to me to host these events, I call them. It's not an activity. One thing that I've noticed when we first started this was there is families that follow the movie in the parks and wherever we go in our schedule, because there's a lot of people that don't have enough money to take their kids to Billings to to a movie or to eat and all this good stuff that some of us do have luxury to maintain that lifestyle. So there's a lot of family members that come up to me and say, hey, we follow you around. I save my money up all week. I come to your movie. My kids have fun. They play at the park. They get a good pizza, snack, and a juice. And I'm the type of person that in my events, the children eat first. I apologize about that outer part. But, you know, my goal is for upstream prevention. When they show up, I say little things about, you know, be safe. My 3 pillars of our mission is safe, kind, and productive. So some of them, sometimes the Yes Coalition or other organizations, they hand out flyers and stuff for me to hand out about suicide prevention, marijuana, alcohol use, so on and so forth. I'm able to point them in a good direction to get human resources, and it's kind of like a hub for other organizations to use as well. But my main concern this year is I'm violating your guys' ordinance by having this movie in a park. It says it right on the board that it says it closes at sunset, and I have been having them. I apologize. I'm taking accountability right now, and I'm trying to move forward. And as for me, I am starting my nonprofit here pretty soon called Crow Times Youth and Elder Works. Soon we will be up and running. I'm the CEO. I do have a board. I'm sponsored by Mighty Few Development Fund down in Waioa by a lady named Leslie Caboti. She's a pretty good hand in showing me good avenues and good structure and so on. So what I'm requesting tonight is a permit that will blanket the summer for me when I host Movie in a Park at that location only. I would like to host it in different areas, but I feel that's the best one away from, you know, messing with residential. I have no problems in the past from the residents saying, you got kids in my yard, your junk's all over, this and that, because at the end of the day, everybody helps me pick up. And I also return like 5 a.m. in the morning to make sure there's nothing left over. At the end of the movie, I also personally stand there and wait till every child makes it home. I encourage the parents to be there with them. If there's no parents with them, I encourage the child to go home and grab a sibling or older sibling or something. So there is some structure, there is a lot of structure. I don't know what you want to call it, but I do maintain this broad, you know, standards to any event that I host. And this goes for down there. I had the day before Crow Fair at the harbor. I had one during the Little Bighorn Days, right there, right across the street from Soul Cream or whatever it's called, that little area. We got the weather kicked our butt on that one. So, and it's really particular the weather that we got to host it in, because it's a blow up and it's a takedown, and we use a generator. There's been a few times that we were able to hook up to someone's electricity. So, I mean, if we can get the public works as well to put out an extension cord for us during these events real quick, and then we can use it and stuff it back under, that'd be appreciated also. And I know we got sprinkler hit once, so we had to shut down pretty quick. So I tried to stuff it in there secretly, but it wasn't secretly because it's blowing up, and it's really a really good upstream prevention activity. No, it's an event because it's just a quick come, bring your kids, eat, play in the park. It's a perfect setting for all of that. And we got the field right there. This year we'll probably do some dodgeball and stuff like that, a little bit more activities on the side as well. So, and that's the reason why I sent the letter in to request some time on your agenda, and hopefully you guys will approve a permit for the Movie in a Park, one that blankets the whole summer, not just certain days, because a lot of times I like to pop up, and I'm pretty good at getting a crowd together.
Kinda read the weather.
Yeah, within a week, I can get that place filled up with kids and family and so on and so forth. So, everything is, most of it's out of pocket to cost. The snacks, I got one sponsor that does all the pizzas. And so this is just something that, I wanted to bring to you guys, but I wanted to become more legitimate with you guys as well as the city and create a relationship. I also, when I did host, I offered, that's when the other chief was here before he left, for him to, bring an officer that's bridge that gap between law enforcement. But the hours was different, so there was no Billings or Hardin PD there. But I also reached out to Sheriff Middlestead. He usually sends a deputy through, comes over, mingles around, hands out some stickers, because I want to also create that bridge gap between law enforcement, that facade of they're the bad cops and this and that, because normally not all cops are bad, and I don't want to put that facade on cops, because I want them to be the kids, the families that participate and show up. I want them to know that they're protected in a lawful manner. And it goes for down there too. BIA always comes through and they always walk through and stuff like that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Would you be willing to move it to a different park if you want to use power?
That's why I said maybe, is it possible, like,
Because Hyman don't have outlets.
I understand that, maybe, don't you got a bathroom there? Would you be able to just stick a cord on it if I were to talk to one of your workers and say, hey, can you stop in real quick? And then, someone that would volunteer?
David, in the past, Ryan, he's part of our coalition. He lives just right there, and he always lets us just run a cord from his house.
See, the thing with that is I don't want people running over everybody's stuff.
Yeah, the cord.
How far down into the park are you gonna go? Are you gonna be pretty close to the bathrooms?
Well, if I have to, I got a cord that's a mile long.
Okay.
So I
Did you measure that?
A mile. So here's the thing, is I've been through all the weather, I've been through all the technical difficulties of putting a movie park, so I kind of got that sense of what to do, where, because that place right there in particular, if we had just a single cord sticking out the bottom of the door from you guys' bathroom, I can just plug in right there and send my cord. And then
do that right.
I just don't see why you don't use passive right.
Jeremy.
We could, but I would rather have.
It'll be shorter, won't be a mile.
Well, I would rather have it on this side of the park, away from the residents, so our people
It's usually in the back.
Okay.
He's done this before.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah,
okay, so,
Jeremy.
So what you're asking is power from the bathrooms. Do we have power from the bathrooms that we can pull out of the chase, right?
Yeah.
We have power there. Okay, so you're looking for power, you're looking for an extended time for the parks to be open.
Just for my event.
And also you're looking for us to waive the noise thing, just until the movie's over, right? Noise ordinance? Okay.
So, like I said, I normally try to set up by 6, feed by 7. As soon as I can see on the screen, depending on when that sun gives us time frame. But the thing is, I almost make it to about 10:30 sometimes.
I don't think that anybody really has a problem with that at all.
Okay.
The only thing that I would suggest, I will make a motion for all that. Can we, Jordan, can we do some kind of a motion or something to approve this with him talking with, or coordinating his events 1 or 2 weeks in advance with Michael, so he can get the cord over there and stuff like that?
I think that's totally fine. I would also recommend that he notify the police department.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll add that.
And is that after hours though? After are you guys moving your hours back to nights and evenings and stuff like that soon?
I'm not gonna inform the public of our hours, but you can.
But the sheriff's department also would work.
Yeah,
Just call.
that's what I usually call it.
Yeah, just call into our dispatch and then they'll notify the proper people, right?
I can't speak on dispatch's behalf. I would just request you notify police, because sheriff's office won't enforce our park hours.
Okay.
That's a city ordinance, so they won't enforce city ordinances. That's a city thing, so.
Okay, out of good faith, Sheriff Middlestead has, you know,
They're aware of it.
yeah, he always sends somebody over just to do a walkthrough.
We're basically just acknowledging it,
Yeah,
Jeremy.
because I want to make
It's an
sure that-
acknowledgement that it's gonna be late.
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank
The
you.
only thing I think that Jeremy, you missed on that was he also talked about sprinklers. And
Yeah, we'll
Coordinate with them to shut off the sprinklers.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
And if it's gonna rain, shut off.
Because you're talking like maybe once or twice a month, right?
It's like when families reach out and kids say, hey, when are you gonna do another movie? Then I'll be like, hey, when do you want a movie? Oh, next week. Cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
Get your buddies together.
Okay.
That's the type of activity, that's what type of event this is.
Yeah.
And it goes, it's a 24,
Yeah.
you know,
No,
As
we,
long as you notify them people.
So this is a one-time permit, or you're saying you want it for, you don't have to?
I would
come here every
love
summer?
to have this for generations. And then keep it consistent and then, you know, and like I said, we do hold one, but we hold it underneath another name during Little Bighorn days. And so that's just another thing. I mean, that's someone else's deal, but this is what I'm talking about for my mission in our.
I would maybe just come back again next year because we make everybody else do.
Okay, that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
You bet.
Okay, so it's been moved and seconded to go ahead and give Mr. Blaine the approval to do this and the acknowledgement on what is on his letter. It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
The only thing I would like to say in here is we're not in charge of the Bighorn County Fairgrounds.
Oh, that's for commissioners. I'm going to the next.
Thanks, wanted to mention that.
All right.
You're gonna hit the commissioners.
Yeah.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Sid.
Appreciate it.
For your work.
David.
Yeah, it's good to have wholesome activities for kids around here. That's really important. We'll move to staff reports. Public Works, Michael, you have anything to add? Oh, I'm sorry.
We're missing one.
Interim chief, wow, I put a check mark to go next here. Okay, so for the interim police chief wage that we approved last time, and we want to update this for
We're doing the same amount.
interim chief Needens, yes.
And do you have anybody for chief applications?
Have some applications looking through, yeah.
Make a motion to
Make a
approve.
motion to approve the interim police chief.
We got a motion. He beat you?
Second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the interim police chief wage. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Okay, that carries. Sorry, now we'll move into staff reports. Public Works, Michael had to step out. We'll move to finance. Oh, there's Michael. Did you have anything to add to that, Michael?
No, sir, nothing further to
Okay. All right, thank you. And then finance, Drew, did you have anything?
Yeah, I have a few things. Update on the Lodge Grass project. Completion may be pushed back a few weeks. They're having some issues with their aerators that they installed down there. So they're trying to figure out why some of them are getting more air or less air, or even inconsistent air across one string of aerators down there. So that's gonna potentially push back from June 18th for at least maybe a week, possibly two. As far as what the city is going to pay for, the engineers will still be on site down there. We'll just be paying the remainder of that on-site engineering fee for that project. There's still plenty of budget left to pay for that cost. So training on the new website will begin next week. For the next couple weeks, every Tuesday we'll be doing that early in the morning. So that's kind of exciting. We're getting close to the point where we can release that new website to the community. Pilot grants, all year one money has been spent or is expected to be spent, except for the mini grants. The state did allow us to roll that over from our first year of the grant, which ended at the end of May, for the second year. So any money we haven't spent so far for mini grants, we're allowed to carry that forward and get it spent. Unfortunately, the grant year is a little different than our normal fiscal year, which ends in June, but we can roll that forward and get that spent. Open enrollment for health insurance for the employees is going on this week and into next week with the carrier that was approved at the last council meeting. One other update I wanted to give is we went out to bid last month for an auditor to do the audit of the city's financials. Nobody turned in a bid for that this year, so I will be soliciting bids at this point to try to get an auditor to do our audit for fiscal year 25, 26, and 27 at the very least. Budget meetings, tentatively, I would like to schedule the 23rd of June and then July 14th to the 16th. I had said July 7th before, but we already have a council meeting that night. So we'll just do it the following week on the 14th, 15th, and 16th, as needed, moving forward from there. Other than that, I didn't have any updates.
Any questions for Drew? All right, thank you. Police staff report.
Yeah.
Chief Needham's.
So our total calls for service this month from May 1st to June 1st, we have 25 disturbances, traffic related calls. We have 12 traffic stops, 2 UI investigations, 1 reckless driver, 1 accident, and then 7 other vehicle related calls like improperly parked vehicles and stuff like that. 25 security checks, 20 welfare checks, and then 5 other assistant calls. And then 6 animal complaints, 6 person removals like trespassers and stuff like that. And then other emergency calls like gas leaks, down wires, and then welfare checks on vehicles. So that includes our call for service for May 1st to June 1st. Sedaris is in the academy. I checked up with the post or the law enforcement academy. They said he's doing good. I'm hoping to have Garcia done with FTO by the end of July so we can get him on the street. Otherwise, that's all I got. So.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions?
Thank you.
All right, we'll move into legal. Jordan, you have anything?
So the other thing I have is last time I notified council that Rocky Mountain Power had reached out to me to settle their debt for the ash. They sent me a proposed settlement / agreement to put a pause on the ash agreement. I didn't get it till Friday after 5, so didn't get on the agenda this time, and I need to go through it anyway. So hopefully by next meeting we'll have that for your approval.
Did they acknowledge they'd pay that? It was like 193 or something.
Yeah, it's on the agreement.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They'll pay it in full. That's the goal.
Okay.
I do have a question for Jordan. This is just food thought, I guess. I don't know if you can talk on it. You charge people in court weed versus alcohol. Like, which one outweighs the more?
Like MIPs?
Yeah, can you distinguish that? Not really, because MIP is MIP.
No, we can distinguish it. Most of the charging documents distinguish. Vapes.
It's vapes?
Marijuana and tobacco vapes are number 1.
Okay. That was
yeah. Other than that, I don't have anything.
Okay. And economic development, Tina?
Good evening, council, mayor. As it was reported last month, I attended the Montana Housing Partnership conference in Anaconda. The main thing that stood out to me was how the school districts are partnering with the communities to address housing challenges and create educational opportunities. For example, Twin Bridges is working with its school district through a school and community foundation to develop a fourplex for teachers. Another example comes from Great Falls, where NeighborWorks has partnered with the local high schools for nearly 20 years through a student home building program. Since 1997, students have built 48 homes. What makes this program especially interesting is that it addresses several community needs at once. It helps increase the local housing supply, supports workforce development, and provides students with hands-on experience in trades. Students gain practical skills such as teamwork, communication, problem solving, and project management, while local contractors help mentor throughout the process. Many participants have gone on to apprenticeship programs and careers in the construction industry. The homes are ultimately sold to qualified buyers, helping meet local housing needs while also investing in next generation workforce. A program like this could really help students discover an interest in the skilled trades while providing valuable hands-on learning experiences. By developing practical skills and building connections with industry professionals, students can gain access to rewarding career opportunities and a strong foundation for their future. I just thought it was a great example of how communities are finding creative ways to address housing while building stronger local partnerships. That's all I have.
You sound like Mike Rowe. You know what I'm talking about?
Sound like what?
Mike Rowe.
Yep, that's exactly.
That's right.
There is a YouTube video
Yes.
about this program.
Oh, I love Mike Rowe.
With Mike Rowe
Yes.
being a part of that YouTube video if you want to go on and check it out.
Appreciate it, Tina. Thank you. So we'll move into resolutions and ordinances. So resolution number 2438, as you know, the last time that we had the resignation, so we approved it and it wasn't noticed properly because we're at the last day about before the meeting. So that's on there this time. Any discussion on that?
No, I make a motion.
Approve it as written.
As written.
Second.
Okay. Motion and seconded to approve resolution number 2438, appointing an interim chief of police and establishing the wages. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Any other public comment about anything else tonight?
So, I have a couple questions. Since, how many officers for the HP live in the city limits? That is public knowledge. So how many do we have that lives in Hardin?
How many officers do we have in town?
That live in town.
That live in town?
None right now.
Okay. Second question. It is public knowledge. Who is paying the expenses for traveling from Hardin back to where they live? Billings, Laurel. I've been told under Joe Purcell that officer and Chief George that officers pay for the gas. But do they pay for the tires, the oil changes? If an engine blows, do they pay for any of those expenses? Or is that on city to pay for those expenses? The next question I have, how many more times are we going to be up here saying we have an intern, we have a new intern every time? Mr. Ramsey, you have stated multiple times that you have received applications, but we have not seen a new chief. We have seen multiple intern police chiefs. Intern police chiefs, I'm sorry, but I don't feel safe with any of them because they just have not been in the police department long enough. They have not. They are rookies. If you say you have 10 to 15 to 20 years of experience in police, I say yes. Then I'm okay. But when you only have 2 and under, they're rookies. And that's a liability. Because they don't know all the laws. Unless they have degrees, they don't know everything. That's just like a rookie attorney or a judge. So I would like to know at our next council meeting who picks up the tab, how many applications we really do have total. Also, all those cop cars that we have back there what is our main goal on that? We have already switched over the truck that should never even been bought, but it has. What are we going to do about that? Can't just, they already have wear and tears on them. Hours. I heard his comment saying public doesn't need to know your hours of police. You do. You do. Because if the office is open from 8 to 5, the police department, fine, say that. But don't make a comment that people can hear you say that the public does not need to know the hours. Because we do. Just like the sheriffs tell us. They're 24/7. If city police is not 24/7 and they're only working 8 to 5, say that. But don't make comments in a public building in the city council and say, we don't need to know. Because that's a safety issue. If we don't know that we have police working, and that, I'm sorry, you can say whatever you guys want to say about me, but these are points. A judge would even tell you that. And the Supreme Court would tell you that. So watch what you say in public, because people can take that in a different way. And that's the only thing I gotta say as advice.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
Technically, our last, the one that went south, he was actually an apprentice. Means he wasn't vetted very good. 33 years old, but yet he put on his applications. He'd been in police service since he was for 20 years.
He started, according to what I heard, he started when he was 14.
Yeah, no lie. Yeah, it's amazing. Better start vetting a little better, for one thing.
That was not our application, that was theirs, after us.
So, council members, I'll caution you to make comments on a Facebook story that has not been verified.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking
for
another
liability
agency,
purposes,
everything.
Let's not comment on what has or has not been presented to a municipality that we don't have any knowledge of.
Yeah.
Okay, we got it, George.
Corey?
At the last, hi, this is Karina again. At the last meeting, I had asked regarding the status and state statute regarding the term of compensations of the members of the police commission. Did you ever find out what that was?
Up to $50.
So, there you go. So as I went ahead and I looked, I could be off on mine. Montana code, that one there, it indicates that it goes by 3 different jurisdictions, and Hardin is considered a third class. And with it being considered a third class, first class is anywhere that you'd have to have 10,000 plus residents. Second class for your board, you'd have to have 9,999 residents. Third class would be 1,000 to 4,900 residents. So on that there, it indicated with us being third class that the board, that they would not have to get paid. So that's what I looked up, pulled up off of that there, and that is on, let me see here, 7-32-4152, and it goes all the way down to 7-32-4155. So they could be also saving us extra $50 a month, and possibly they could be like everybody else and donating a volunteer. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Okay, seeing none. Moving to announcements. So Hardin Community Blood Drive, First Alliance Church, Thursday, June 4th, from 1 to 5:30. Volunteer Fire Department Pancake Breakfast coming up on Sunday, June 7th, from 8 a.m. or 8 a.m. probably till they stop.
8 a.m. till when?
Run out of food. Yeah.
Not hungry then.
9 or 10 maybe, I don't know. And that's at 1204 North Custer. the Hardin Fire Department. City County Planning Board, regular meeting June 8th, 2026 at 7 p.m. right here in council chambers. Budget meetings will be June 23rd and then July 14, 15, and 16, and then any continuing as needed, as Drew stated. South Park grand opening, again, celebration June 20th from 3 to 5. We won't be conducting business. I'm assuming there could be council members there. So we're just, finding that we're not going to be discussing things that would bring in a quorum and all that. So there's a possibility of a quorum though to be present. So just everybody to be careful of that. City of Hardin job openings full-time is police chief, police officer, maintenance worker 1, water distribution operator and training 1, and part-time position city court clerk 1 to 3. Any other business for council?
I'd like to make an announcement, because I don't see it on here, but just letting Mike know and everyone else that the contract with the city, the county, the farm to market is over tomorrow, or it expires. So just letting everybody aware.
The contract with?
The farm to market agreement.
Oh, okay.
With the county.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Huh?
Is it already?
It is, yeah. So tomorrow's the last day.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we move and second to adjourn. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, we're adjourned.